Hello, Moving Beyond Fear Facebook community. Welcome to the Love Over Fear show. I will give us a couple minutes here to let people kind of jump on, but I will introduce myself in the meantime. If you're not familiar with me, hi, my name is Sarah. I am the lead body-mind integration expert here at Healing Embodied. I work alongside of our lovely, wonderful, very deeply loved founder and CEO, Chelsea Horton. For anyone who doesn't know what the Love Over Fear show is, this is a show that we do twice a month here in the Moving Beyond Fear Facebook page, which is our free ROCD Facebook support community. You can kind of think like talk show meets TED Talk meets educational webinar meets podcast meets just like hanging out with your friends. We kind of took all of that and just mashed it together into one big show. So that is what this show is. The whole purpose of the Love Over Fear show is to help educate you, help you feel empowered, feel inspired. We started this show because we know that it is completely possible to feel madly, deeply, wonderfully, incredibly in love and keyword and, feel fear, feel anxiety, feel doubts all at the same time. But we want to help you choose love over fear. There it is, there's the title, every single time. Okay, we don't ever want you to be leaning into fear more than you're leaning into love. That is why we're here. That's why we do this show. That's why we started this. That's why we choose these topics that we choose. It's to help you choose love over fear every time. So, without further ado, let's jump on into today's episode, which is how to be a human. How to be a human. Today, I'm going to tell you how to be a professional human, succeed at everything you do at life, get it all right, never make mistakes, never feel uncomfortable emotions. Kidding. If that's what you think we're going to do here today, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Okay, I'm going to skip right to the punchline here and just tell you, I don't know. I don't know how to be a human. I don't know how to do this whole life thing perfectly, because guess what? There is no rule book. There is no guidebook. There is no one-size-fits-all plan. There's no perfect path. There's no exactly right or exactly wrong way to live in this crazy, weird, wild world that we live in. Okay? I'm not going to tell you today how to be a perfect human. I'm not going to tell you how to succeed at every single thing you do. I'm not going to tell you how to make $1 million or have a huge, amazing, wonderful, booming business, okay? Or a giant, perfect house. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is tell you how to have a life that isn't run by shame, self-hatred, and self-rejection. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, and those are some hefty topics and words that I just said, okay? So let's all breathe together. Let's breathe. Let's maybe shake. Let's have a sip of water. These are hard things to talk about, okay? And that's exactly why we're going to talk about them today, because we got to talk about the hard things, okay? So I'm not going to tell you how to be an amazing, perfect human, but I am going to tell you how to have a life that isn't run by shame, self-hatred, and self-rejection. And let me check. I hope I'm connected here. I hope everybody can see me. We are in our new apartment here in Chicago, and I've been having some lovely little internet issues. So I'm just going to plow through and hope for the best here. If anyone's here live with me, you can say hi, you can give me a little wave. Sometimes I can't see comments during this, but I will catch up on everything afterwards, okay? So anyway, let's dive in, right? So there is no rule book on how to live. There's no rule book, There's no guidebook. But anxiety makes us think that there is. Anxiety makes us think that we have to get it right. We have to be right 100% of the time. Our partners need to be just right. They need to be perfect. We have to make the right choices. We have to choose the right partner. We have to eat the right foods. We have to feel the correct emotions and express them correctly. And on and on and on and on and on. Okay? So many of us go through life being so focused on getting it right that we never truly live. We never truly live. Okay? The only way to get it right as a human is to live. That's your job. Your job is to live. And if you are spending most of your time focusing on getting it right, then you are not truly living. Time is constantly moving forward, okay? So if we are just focusing so much on getting it right, you are going to blink and your life is going to be gone. And you will have no idea if you actually got it right or not because you weren't even there. You weren't even present for your life. Okay? So why is getting it wrong so scary? Why is it so scary? It's because we place so much meaning on it. So much meaning. We think that it means something horrible about us if we get it wrong. Or that we will be doomed to a life of misery if we choose the wrong partner or if we make a mistake. Okay? I want to do something together here. I want to help us kind of peel back some of these layers. All right, so I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, relax the spine and the belly, soften the feet. Sit up tall. Relax the feet on the floor. You can close your eyes if you want to, or you can keep them open. And I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and I just want you to notice what comes up for you. Okay, the answers to these questions, they might not reveal themselves in like perfect, clear-cut answers yet today, and that's fine. This is a short exercise. I just want you to notice what comes up for you. Okay. So the first question is, what is it that I'm so afraid of messing up? What am I afraid of getting wrong? What am I afraid of getting wrong or messing up? And what do I think would happen if I messed that thing up? If I got that wrong, what do I think would happen? What would happen? And what would it mean about me if that happened? If that horrible, scary thing happened, what would that mean about me and who I am as a person? And what would I feel if that thing happened? What would it mean about me? And what would I feel? Okay, you can open the eyes if they're closed, maybe shake a little bit, notice what came up, and if you noticed any answers in there along the lines of, I would feel shame, I would feel embarrassment, I would feel stupid, I would feel dumb, unworthy, unloved, anything along those lines, that is pointing you toward the fear of feeling shame. And this pattern of shaming your very normal human experiences. Very normal human experiences. So let's talk about this for a minute, okay? I want to dive in deeper to this. So many people that I talk to express feeling so much shame and embarrassment and unworthiness for things that are so normal, so natural, so human. Things like having doubts in your relationship, feeling bored in your relationship, feeling turned off by your partner sometimes, not being attracted to your partner sometimes, feeling attracted to other people, having fantasies about other people, having bad days after doing a lot of healing work, having regrets, making mistakes, making decisions that disappoint other people, not looking perfect, having hair on your body, farting, smelling bad, picking your nose, picking a wedgie, having food stuck in your teeth, eating. How many women out there have gone on dates and like only ordered a side salad because you wanted to like look healthy or something like that, right? Looking weird when you sleep, having bad breath in the morning, getting mad at your partner getting mad at you. I could literally go on and on and on and on forever. Okay, shame is such a painful emotion, and so much of what we feel shame about are just normal things. They're normal, they're natural, they're okay, they're human. They might not feel great, but they're okay. So what happens when we are moving through life just carrying so much shame around with us? What happens? So when we have so much internalized shame, we are going to start externalizing that. Okay, we're going to start projecting that onto our partners, onto the people around us. We are going to start expecting them to be absolutely perfect, look perfect, act perfect, smell good, love us the exact way that we want them to, never mess up, never look silly, never be less attractive than someone else, etc., etc. Okay? This isn't always a like one-to-one perfect scenario here. It's not like, oh, if I judge my partner's nose, that means I hate my nose. No, not necessarily, okay? But 99.9999999% of the time, if you are finding yourself deeply judging, shaming, or nitpicking another person, that is pointing you back towards rejection in yourself. We've said it a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it forever and ever. Our partners, our relationships are just a mirror of us. Okay? So if you picture your partner sitting in front of you, and you think of something that you are rejecting in them, or you're nitpicking about them. Oh, they're not cute enough, they're not funny enough, they're not sweet enough, they're not smart enough, they're not masculine or strong enough, she's not feminine enough, she isn't curvy enough, whatever you're nitpicking. Imagine that there's a mirror in front of your partner pointing back at you. Pluck your partner out of the equation and insert a mirror. And you're staring in that mirror, nitpicking, rejecting, shaming, judging. Okay? I believe so firmly with my entire heart and soul that if we developed this deep compassion and understanding for the ugly parts of ourselves, extreme judgment of others, it wouldn't be possible. There would be no fuel. The thing that fuels rejection of another person is rejection of ourselves. So if we took away the fuel, if we stopped rejecting everything about ourselves, if we stepped into acceptance and love and compassion and understanding, there wouldn't be any fuel. There would be nothing left. It just couldn't happen. We wouldn't be judging them. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. Okay. So, I see a couple people jumped on. If you're here live, say hi. We're digging in deep to some fun, painful little topics today. Okay. So let's talk about the antidote to shame. When we find ourselves, shaming our partners, shaming our normal human experiences, what do? What's the antidote? We cannot shame our way into being better people, better partners, better employees, better humans. We can't do it, okay? Shame will not propel you forward. So if you're listening to this right now and you're like, oh my God, I shame myself and my partner all the time, I'm so awful, what's wrong with me? Stop, okay? Pause, breathe, just take a breath. Let's all do that together, actually. Okay, shame is an uncomfortable thing to talk about and approach. So we're going to do it with some kindness. We're not going to shame ourselves for shaming ourselves. Shame just kind of breeds shame, right? So we can't shame our way into healing. We can hold ourselves accountable, but we can't shame our way into healing. I see that all the time in this page, Moving Beyond Fear, in everybody's daily posts. I see it all the time. People will post something like multiple days or weeks in a row about how awful they feel, how ashamed and embarrassed they are, how they ruined their weekend with their partner, they ruined their anniversary, they're ruining everything, I'm the problem, I am terrible, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, recognizing from a non-judgmental place, wow, I'm doing the same thing over and over, and it's not helping me. It's actually hurting me. And it's time to make a serious change and get support around this. That's accountability. I'm all for that. Snaps for accountability. We love some accountability, okay? Recognizing from a non-judgmental place, it's time to make a change. Love it, okay? But just shaming yourself, just saying, oh my God, I'm so horrible, I'm so terrible, that's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. Okay, we can't shame our way into being better people or better partners or succeeding. To actually find your way out of shame and truly start living again, we need to embrace the messy, the ugly, the imperfect, the kind of fucked up, the not so great parts of life and parts of ourselves. We have to embrace them. When we feel shame, okay, when we feel shame as humans, it's because we think or we have learned that if other people saw the real us or these real parts of ourselves, we wouldn't be accepted. We would be rejected. We would be ostracized. Okay? That situation, that thinking, that is what causes shame. This deep-seated belief that if they saw the real me, they wouldn't love me. They would reject me. Okay? This can come from so many different places. This can come from your upbringing. Maybe you were held to a really, really high standard when you were younger. Maybe you were judged or criticized for making mistakes. Maybe you had teachers hold you to a high standard. Maybe your friends made fun of you for something. Maybe you were highly, highly praised when you were successful. Maybe you succeeded at something and everybody went wild and they loved you and they put you up on a pedestal. And then you failed at something or you made a mistake and they didn't. And then you succeeded again and she's amazing, she's so great. And you learned that, wow, the way that I get love from others is by succeeding. I have to be perfect. I have to be great. Look how much they love it when I'm great and wonderful, okay? It can come from so many different places. But this thinking, this thought process that I would be rejected if I was truly open and vulnerable, that causes us to distance, to pull away, to push away, to reject, okay? That might show up as you pulling away from your partner, distancing yourself from your partner. Might cause you to push your partner away, might cause you to reject different parts of your partner, okay? All of these different ways are ways that shame can show up. And the only way to heal that shame is to gently approach the parts of you that make you feel ashamed and embarrassed. If the urge is to push away and reject and distance, the only way is to lean in, approach gently, be witnessed in it, and see that you wouldn't be rejected. You wouldn't. Okay? You would be loved. Maybe not everybody's going to love all those parts of you, and that's okay. But that you won't be rejected and ostracized and pushed away. Okay, now I'm not telling you to start sharing your deepest trauma and shame with anyone who walks by. Boundaries are still a good thing. We love boundaries here. But sharing these parts of yourselves with a safe person, that is how you start to retrain your body and mind and teach yourself that you're safe. And who is the person to start with? You. Not me, I'm pointing at myself, but I mean you. Okay, start with yourself. If you can't even approach these parts of yourself by yourself, on your own, then how the hell are you going to show them to someone else? Right? It's got to start with you. You have to lean into those parts first. Okay? We also need to embrace regrets. That is a big part of what so many of us fear in life. Oh my gosh, what if I do something I regret? What if I do something awful and I end up regretting it? Guess what, babe? If you are alive on this planet, you are going to have regrets. You are. Some are going to be bigger than others, and some are going to be more painful than others. And some are going to take a lot longer to reconcile with. But you're going to have them. You're going to regret some things. You really will. Okay. Might be a tattoo that you got. Might be what you ordered for dinner. Might be breaking up with someone. Might be not saying that you loved someone enough before you lost them. You're going to have regrets. Okay. It's part of life. If I were writing the How to Be a Human handbook, which trust me, you don't want me to do, but that might be a fun exercise, that is one of the things I would put in there. We got to embrace the regrets. We need to embrace making mistakes too. This is the hard truth of life. You are going to mess up. You're going to mess up. I don't care how particular you are, how much of a perfectionist, how hardworking, how talented, how wonderful, how amazing. You're going to make mistakes in life. Some are going to be really, really small, and some are going to be big and painful and messy and really disappointing. Trust me, I've made them. I've made many a mistake in my life. Okay, so get used to it, baby. It's okay to make mistakes. It's not okay to purposely hurt someone else or let someone else down, but it's okay to make mistakes. Learn from them. Grow from them. It's just a mistake. Okay? It's a mistake. It happens. It happens to all of us. Guess what else we have to do? Let me get a sip of water here. We have to feel these uncomfortable emotions. Y'all knew it was coming. Y'all knew it was coming. We have to feel them. We have to embody them. You cannot heal what you refuse to feel. Okay, we cannot just like sugarcoat our way out of shame. The antidote to shame isn't avoiding it. It's not sugarcoating it. It's not saying a million positive thought empowerment mantras every day. I love a good mantra, but that's not the way out of shame. The way out of shame is approaching it. It's feeling it. It's approaching it with love, with kindness, with compassion, with curiosity, on an embodied level. You can tell yourself 1,000,001 times to stop shaming yourself, start accepting yourself, but until you actually feel and move those deep inner wounds, that deep shame, and that deep inner acceptance. It's not going to work. You need to have this deep inner acceptance and love on an embodied level. It has to be pulsing through your veins. You have to feel it in your bones, in your gut, in your muscles, in your toes, in your hair. You got to feel that acceptance deep, deep, deep in your body. It's not a cognitive thing. We can't think our way out of shame. If we could, all I would have to say is stop shaming yourself, and you'd be like, all right, cool, I'm better. It doesn't work. Okay, we have to move these things. We have to approach the shame, approach the painful emotions, feel them, express them, look at them. Look at them. Treat them like they deserve to be treated. Treat them like humans, like real people, real things. And then we have to move our deep inner acceptance. Okay, that's what we got to do. Till you can actually feel and move that, it's not going to work. Tuning into how the body feels. What does shame look like? What does acceptance look like? What does it feel like? What shape is it? What color is it? Where is it in your body? Where do you hold your shame? Where is it? Is it in the arms? Is it in the chest? Is it in the gut, the pelvis? Where is it? Where is the shame? Okay. Can you sit with it? Can you tolerate it? Can you breathe with it? Can you move it? Can you talk to it? Can you dialogue with it? Can you look at it instead of looking away from it? We need to learn to be with these uncomfortable emotions instead of avoiding them. And it doesn't feel good. It hurts. It's painful. And it is life-changing. It's life-changing. Okay? This is what we do here at Healing Embodied. This is what I do all day, every day. Okay, we help you dig in deeper to these ugly parts. When I say ugly parts, I don't mean like aesthetically ugly parts. Okay, I mean like, those deep inner wounds that you want to like look on away from. Okay, we help you dig into those. We help you learn to love those parts, to love them, to embrace messiness, to see your flaws and your partner's flaws with compassion, with understanding, instead of with judgment and criticism. Okay? We help you learn how to learn from your mistakes and grow from them instead of getting stuck in this horribly painful shame spiral. Okay? There is nothing, this is a big statement that I'm about to make, and I'm sticking to it. There is nothing more powerful in this entire world than tapping into those messy and ugly parts of yourself, being witnessed in that by another person, and seeing that you are loved. There is nothing more powerful. That is what teaches your body-mind that it's okay, that it's safe to be imperfect, that you don't have to be perfect all the time. You don't have to control everything. You can soften, you can be messy, you can let go, you can mess up, you can make mistakes, you can be imperfect, and you can still be loved. You can still be held, and you can still have an incredible, amazing, wonderful, fulfilling life, even and especially if you are imperfect. Okay, that's what we do. So if you are ready for this, we would love to work with you. I have said it a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it, but witnessing the growth that our clients go through, it literally never gets old to me. It never gets old. Witnessing someone stepping into these deep, ugly, messy, not so pretty, flawed parts of ourselves and finding the beauty, finding the strength, finding the purpose in that, it's seriously unreal. It's unfreaking real, okay? And I want that for every single person out there. Every single one of you watching this, I want that for you. Imagine how much different this world would be if we all just accepted ourselves a little bit more. Not saying accepting other people a little bit more, accepting yourself a bit more. Just imagine that. It like almost makes me want to cry. I'm feeling like emotion in my chest and my throat right now, because how much different would this world be if everybody could lean in to acceptance of themselves a little bit more? I don't even have words. I don't even have words. So if you're ready, if you want that deep work, apply to work with us. Okay, I will have the link here. You can also find it on our Instagram or our website, healingembody.com. Fill out an application. If it's accepted, you're going to get a link to schedule an assessment, and we'll talk. We'll sit down. We'll talk. We will help you figure out what path is going to support you best right now. How are you going to work your way out of shame? How are you going to step into acceptance? We will help you figure that out, okay? And we will be there with you as you step into this scary, messy, amazing, beautiful transition. Okay, we will be there with you. All right. Whew. That's some heavy shit, am I right? Shame is one of my favorite things to talk about, honestly, because it's so hard to talk about, and I like to talk about the things that nobody else likes to talk about. Because it's so real, and the only way out of it is for us to start talking about it, start moving it. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining me for the Love Over Fear show today. How to be a human. Did you learn anything about how to be a human? You're probably like, no. But I guarantee you learned something about how to take your life back and start stepping into yourself again. Okay? Love you all so much. Have such a good rest of your day, and I look forward to the next episode with you all. Take care.